So students, we have discussed from our chapter number 15, sound, about how the sound is produced. Then for propagation of sound, we need some or the other medium. Then we have also seen the frequency of sound waves, what is meaning of frequency. Then what is sound and what is music, how they can be differentiated, as well as we have discussed certain amount of musical instruments. Then sound produced by human beings with the help of larynx or the voice box that is present in our throat region, that also we have seen. And sound generation by loudspeaker, how it works, and internal construction of a loudspeaker. All these things are being studied, and today we are going to discuss question answers related to this chapter. Okay, so in the question answer exercises page number 109, we have fill in the blanks. The region is a sound wave with higher pressure and density is called as. When we have drawn the mean position and sound waves along with its frequency, that we have seen that this was the compression, and this was the rarefaction. This was the mean above which and below which the sound waves are working. So the question, according to the question, where increased pressure, we find there are compressions here, increased pressure, and where there is decreased pressure, we get rarefaction. So, how are we going to write down this? Fill in the blank. The region in a sound wave with higher pressure and density. Here, density also is more. Okay. Frequency will be more, increasing the density compared to rarefaction, isn't it? So the answer to this blank will be first, where the pressure and density is more is a compression, and where the pressure and density is low, it is called as rarefaction. Okay. Second blank, medium is dash for generation of sound. It is necessary for generation of sound. The medium could be solid, liquid, or gaseous material. Without the medium, there will be no propagation of sound. In vacuum, on the moon, there is no propagation of sound. So, medium is necessary for generation or propagation of sound. Now, next, the total number of compressions and rarefaction produced per second in a sound wave is 1000. The frequency of the sound wave is how much? Frequency, we have written the formula. Frequency is equal to number of oscillations is number of waves in case of sound chapter divided by time. Therefore, if 1000 waves are being created in 1 second, what should be the answer here? The frequency will be 1000 hertz. It's going to be 1000 and the unit of frequency is hertz. Okay. So in the third blank, you are going to write down 1000 hertz. D, fill up different sound notes have different frequencies. Different sound notes that are created with the help of different musical instruments. They have different frequencies. So the D fill up will be frequencies. E fill up in loudspeaker, dash energy is converted into dash energy. So how are we going to write down this? Fill up in a loudspeaker, electrical energy or magnetic energy is converted. Actually, magnet is present in the speakers that we know. So magnetic energy converted into sound energy. Okay. Vibrations in the speaker are due to the magnet present in it, and when electricity is passed through them, what happens? Vibration is created that generates the sound energy. Okay. Then we have to give scientific reason. It is essential to change the tension of the vocal cord as we produce different sound notes from our larynx. So in musical instrument, where we have seen string instruments, the change in the tension, the tightness of that string are very important to create different sounds. Similarly, in our larynx also, we produce different notes by pressing the larynx as much as needed. If we need a shrill voice, if we need a different variety of noise, we can make with the help of our larynx only. So, tension of the vocal cord is going to decide what type of noise you are going to make with your larynx. Astronauts on the moon cannot hear each other directly. The answer is very easy. Not many times we have discussed that there is vacuum, no atmosphere on the moon surface, and therefore no medium to make the sound waves travel. Okay. Third one, as the sound wave propagate from one place to another in air, the air itself is not required to move from one place to another. Here you see the air does not need to move. It will transfer among its molecules, transferring the sound wave from one molecule to another, one atom to another. So the sound itself does not need to move. Only the sound waves are propagated, transferred from one molecule to another. Okay. Third question is, how are different sound notes generated in musical instruments like guitar, which uses string for sound generation, and in flute, which uses which is using air. We have to blow air for sound generation. In both these cases, you see in string-based instrument, the vibration of the string is changed by changing the tension on the string. That will create different notes. And in instruments like flute, the holes on the flute are opened and closed alternately to change the length of the pipe, vibrating air column in the flute. Okay, there the frequency of waves changes due to the length in the difference in the flute of different holes, and different notes can be generated there. You can see this answer on page 106. Okay, about the string instrument and about the wind instrument, both is given there. That only you have to write down. Next one, how is sound produced in human larynx and in a loudspeaker? You see, in larynx, what happens when the lung forces air through the slit, the vocal cords vibrate, producing a certain sound. Muscles attached to the vocal cord make the cords tight or loose, just like the string instrument where we can make it tight or loose. Here you see muscles attached to the vocal cord are making it tight or loose according to our will. And when the vocal cords are tight and thin, the type or quality of the voice is different compared to when it is loose. Okay, that's about the working of larynx in the humans. And in case of a loudspeaker, what happens? Two magnets are brought near to each other, and in the same field, their magnetic field is generated. Depending on the magnetic field created due to the coil moves back and forth. One electromagnetic coil is being wound, and that coil will decide, depending upon the vibration in the current flowing through the coil. Current is allowed to flow through this coil. As the coil moves, the conical screen of the loudspeaker creates vibration back and forth, and that creates the sound. Okay. So both about the two things you have to write down here also in answer 4, about the larynx working and about the loudspeaker working, where magnet and electricity working together. Okay. Then the 5th question, we have to draw and explain the experiment with neat diagram to prove the following. Sound needs material medium for propagation. We need either solid, liquid or gaseous medium for its propagation. For that purpose, you see the experiment that is given in your chapter is of electric bell put in the vacuum filled jar, glass jar filled with vacuum. Though we ring that electric bell, the sound cannot be heard out because outside the bell in the jar, it is vacuum. No medium to propagate sound. So this experiment you have to write down from page number 105. Okay, if you need, I can send you the answer also. Now question 6, you have to match the following. Human larynx. Here vibration in vocal cord is seen. In loudspeaker, vibration of the screen of the speaker is seen. In Jal Tarang, vibration can be seen. Vibrations of metal arms. In case of tuning fork, in sitar it is vibrating string. And in Jal Tarang, vibration in air column will have to match. Okay. So I want you all to complete this chapter in your Science 1 copy. Then complete question answers. If anything you could not do, you can ask me on the group. Few answers I shall be sending you pictures. You can copy it down from there. Okay. So write all these question answers and finish off 15th chapter in your fair copy. Okay then. Bye all of you.